Barbies. Since 1959, Barbie has had more than 250 careers, but today, she's becoming a guitar. That's right, today we're making a fully playable electric guitar out of Barbies. Because why not make an instrument that shreds and slays? And slays? Oh, I hate that. Okay. Here's the deal. I've been thinking about the best way to make a Barbie guitar, and here's what I've come up with. We can either put Barbies in a guitar, we can put Barbies on a guitar, or we can even put a guitar on a Barbie. Why is that Barbie so big? I think our best shot is to put Barbies inside a guitar, and I think we can do that with resin. Check this out. I bought a guitar kit that we can use for parts, but you know, a regular 6-string guitar just isn't epic enough. So I bought a kit for an 8-string guitar, and the extra 2 strings on an 8-string guitar are tuned super low, and they kind of sound like this. Yeah, this is gonna be the most insane Barbie guitar, like, ever. But how do we turn this wooden guitar into a resin guitar filled with Barbies? Well, we can make a mold of it out of silicone. Right now, I'm measuring the guitar. Oh, that's my daughter. She's helping me out with this project. Now I'm building a box so we can pour silicone into to make our mold. We're gonna put the guitar body in the box and then fill the whole thing with silicone. And yeah, that's a lot of silicone. I even angled the top of the box so that it would fit the guitar better and not waste so much silicone. But to cut that angle, I needed a protractor, which of course I didn't have. Yeah, I just printed one out of paper because sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. My son helped me seal the box with hot glue. Man, he is so cute.
Hey Daddy, this is a web.
It is kind of like a web, isn't it? Silicone time! Woohoo! So this is what silicone looks like. Have I ever used it before? Nope. But look how cool it looks. This is such a crazy project. It is so weird to be pouring silicone all over a guitar like this, but I'm just so stoked to see how it turns out. But there's a huge problem. The guitar is floating. I had taped it down, but it wasn't enough. This guitar needs to stay at the bottom, otherwise this mold is just not gonna work. I tried to rig something up with a 2x4 and some bolts to try to hold the guitar down, but it was super messy. I was getting silicone all over my gloves and all over my tools. Such a mess. But I think this is gonna work. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna leave it for a few days and just hope it's fine. So I picked up this cool little Barbie Jeep, and I thought it'd be fun to soup it up and take Barbie off some jumps.
Thousand years later.
So the mold looks like it worked. Let's take it out and see how it looks.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, the mold turned out so good. It looks just like the guitar. This is exactly what we need to pour resin into. Welcome to Trivia with Barbie, where there's nothing trivial with Barbie. Ladies and gentlemen, our first question is, where is Barbie originally from? Is it A, California, B, New York, or C, Wisconsin? You know what, I'm just gonna tell you because nobody actually knows this, but it is C, Wisconsin. According to Wikipedia, Barbie is from Willows, Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin, and I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Barbie, do you know any good supper? Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a short break. Guess what, guys? It's resin time. This guitar needs to be the most epic Barbie guitar ever, so I'm adding in pink coloring and a ton of glitter with the resin. That looks so awesome. That's like the perfect color for this guitar. Okay, yeah, it's a little anticlimactic, but the thing is, if I pour too much resin and it gets too deep, the resin can overheat because of science and stuff. So yeah, I just have to take my time with this. While the first layer of resin hardens, let's see if we can figure out how these Barbies are gonna fit in the guitar. Barbies take up a lot more room than I had expected. Like in my head, I thought I could fit like 3 Barbies comfortably in a guitar, but like now that I'm seeing it, there's really not as much room as I thought. And so I'm thinking what I might do is I think I can get like 1 full Barbie to fit, and then I'll just kind of fill the rest of the guitar with like Barbie parts, like maybe like heads and stuff. You know, in my head, this project seemed really fun and kid-friendly, but now that I'm doing it, it's really hard to keep it from becoming really creepy. But you know what? There's been some creepy Barbies. Like Tanner the dog. Barbie had a golden retriever that pooped. Like, you'd feed it a biscuit and Barbie was like, well, time to scoop. And the most creepy Barbie was probably the growing up Skipper doll. You'd twist her arm and she'd grow taller, but she'd also grow in other ways. Yeah, like a literal puberty Jack-in-the-Box. So Barbie, you had this coming. Okay, we're back outside and there is a serious problem with my plan. You see, before I started this crazy project, I watched a ton of tutorials on how to use resin, but the thing is, all those tutorials were doing resin inside, like in their house where it's warm, and I'm doing my resin outside in the winter in Wisconsin, and it is just way too cold. Resin should harden in about 5 hours, and I've let it sit all night, and it is still like Laffy Taffy. It is just not working. Fortunately, I'm not the only person who wants to pour resin in the cold. I did some research, and I found out that you could just build a heat box. And that's what I'm doing here. There's my son again. He's so cute. It's definitely more work to build a heat box, but it's better than waiting until summer, and it gives me a good excuse to go to the hardware store, so I'm all in for that. Look how cool it looks. It looks like something you'd either take to the moon or use to deliver DoorDash. It's so fun to make things. And we're back with more Trivia with Barbie, where nothing is trivial with Barbie. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final question for the grand prize. Barbie, what's our grand prize? It's a Barbie dream car, perfect for the whole family. Our final question is, who landed on the moon first? Was it that dynamic duo of Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin? Or was it Barbie? Yeah, it was Barbie. Barbie, what was it like on the, oh, not again. This has been Trivia with Barbie, where nothing's trivial with Barbie. I'm getting out of here. Well, the heat box is staying hot and the resin is hardening like it's supposed to. Guys, I think it's time we add some Barbies. I wonder if a kid ever thought that the Barbies that they loved playing with would one day be encased in a guitar. But here we are. But I like to think of it as preserving memories, you know? The mold actually wasn't deep enough to fully submerge the Barbies, so I actually added a wall of poster board so I could keep adding resin. Guys, this guitar is gonna be so thick. Now that the Barbies are covered and the resin has fully hardened, let's pop the guitar out of the mold and see what we've created. This is definitely one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And I can already tell this is gonna take absolutely forever to sand and polish. Bigger Jeep.
Barbie Radio with DJ Barbie.
Oh, that's so true. That's so funny. So the battery that's in it right now is a 12-volt battery, which for someone like my size, it's a little slow. Fortunately, I have a couple of these. These are 18-volt drill batteries. So I'm gonna throw one of these in here and see how it goes. This old battery laying around, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be any good. It's only 8 volts, so like, you know, I'm not really expecting much. Okay. Oh, it's on fire!
I did not get that on video, unfortunately.
Oh.
Oof. I can smell it.
Yeah. I think I welded these motors stuck.
This is a good idea.
I don't know. This is a great idea. Let's get this guitar finished up. We are so close. whole thing together has actually been the easiest part of the entire project. Because we made an exact mold of the guitar body, all the parts in the guitar kit that I bought have fit really well. I've made some modifications here and there, but all in all, it's a really straightforward assembly. I definitely want to make more guitars like this. Now that it's all put together, we definitely got to hear how this thing sounds.
It's so epic and yet so ridiculous.